you. Ready? Dressed anyway.
Well, I'll bet it feels good to get out of that drafty old smock, huh?
Yeah, I guess so.
Holly, people aren't usually sad when it's time to leave a hospital. Most of them are raring to go and very happy to be out of these sanitized walls once and for all.
Yeah, only I don't have a whole lot to be glad about.
Is that what you think?
Bobbie, I know you're trying to cheer me up, but it's okay. I think it's okay for me to feel the hurt.
For how long?
I don't know, until it goes away.
It's not going to go away until you let it.
I can't just go on.
Why not? People do it all the time. It's called picking up the pieces and getting on with your life. Holly, you've had an awful blow. You've lost a child, but your life didn't end with that life, just the way it didn't end with Luke's death.
Yeah, I suppose not.
I know not.
Do I have to ride in the wheelchair?
Mm-hmm. That's hospital rules. What about Robert? Is he coming to pick you up?
Yeah, he's been really busy with the murder case, but he said he would be here.
Morning. Oh, look at that. I'm so... Did I startle you?
No, I always drop papers like this.
But, you know, you do seem a little nervous.
Oh, well, it's just the result of a slight heart attack.
Yeah?
To what do I owe this intrusion?
Well, actually, I was just sort of passing by.
Oh, passing the hospital or the door?
The door. On the way to pick up my wife.
Yes, I understand she's feeling better.
Probably the reason they're letting her go.
It's a fair assumption.
Well, oh, look, there was one thing. Just one little itty-bitty thing.
Look.
Actually, in the form of a question.
Fine, as long as you're here.
It concerns Susan Baldwin's murder.
Well, I'm familiar with the case.
Interesting choice of words there, Monica. Just how familiar are you?
What do you mean?
I mean, what were you doing at Susan's cottage shortly before she was murdered?
That's very good.
I was hoping for something more along the lines of an answer rather than a critique.
It is a preposterous question, and I have no intention of honoring it.
Come
with an
on,
answer.
humor me. Take a stab at it. Were you or were you not there the night of the murder?
Yes, I was there after the fact. I told you that.
How about before the fact?
No, I wasn't. Look, Commissioner, I have given you all this information in a statement.
Yes, but unfortunately I don't seem to have the statement on me.
All right, then fine. I will refresh your memory. I spent the early evening in my room. I had dinner in my room.
That's right. Stella brought it to you.
Yes,
Good alibi, that one.
which is why I'm wondering why you're asking all these questions.
Well, you see, it's more in the form of an accident. I just sort of happened to be walking down the hallway there, and I spied your name on the door, and then suddenly it came to mind that a witness had recalled seeing you in the vicinity of Susan's house the night of the murder.
Then I suggest you go and talk to that witness again, because they're lying.
You sure?
Of course I'm sure. Would I forget something like that?
Oh, I don't know about that. You see, a lot of people have this ability to block out ugly thoughts from their mind, thoughts they don't want to remember. I often wish I could do that myself.
Well, I can't. I can't. And if you have a Bible with you, I would swear on it.
Religious sort of a person, are you?
When I have to be.
Then I hope that you can find it in your heart to forgive this intrusion.
Of course.
You will be available for more questions should they become available.
Well, yes, if that's what you want.
It is.
Commissioner.
Look, I think you can call me Rob at this stage.
Who is it?
Witness?
Well, yes.
Come on, you wouldn't want to know that.
Meaning you have no intention of telling me.
Strictly confidential.
You wouldn't possibly make something like this up, would you?
Why would I do that?
I don't know.
Well, I guess I better find my wife.
Excuse me. Robert. They are, in fact, lying.
They?
They, the witness, whoever it is that has talked to you, is lying. I was nowhere around that cottage before the murder. I was only there with the others after it happened.
Then I'll make another note of that. You take care of yourself now, Monica.
Thank you, I will.
Watch those worry lines. Hi. Hope I'm not too late.
No.
Where have you been? Holly has been ready for hours.
Oh, it's all right. I know he's been busy.
Look, I had a little stop to make on the way over. It took longer than I thought. But look, I'm going to get you straight home, and you'll be fine once you get there.
If you take care of her properly. And this time, when they say that she's supposed to take it easy, Robert, will you please be sure that she does?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Robert's fault, really. I'm a grown woman. I know what I'm supposed to do.
Well, I just want him to understand your fragile condition.
I talked to Dr. Mason. I'm fully aware of this situation.
She is to rest and take it easy.
The good doctor gave me all the instructions.
Okay, don't forget.
I'm going to go say goodbye to the nurse.
I'll get your bag.
Thanks.
I guess things will change now.
How do you mean?
Well, the situation. You know, the apartment that Holly and Ruby and I were supposed to get is still available. And maybe now that there's no baby, Holly will probably want a divorce.
I can understand that you'd both really like that. Wouldn't you?
I think it's what Holly wants at this point, what really matters.
Maybe you should ask her.
I intend to.
Look. I can understand you being upset about the loss of the baby. I was too. But if you're going to talk to her at the moment about divorces, you better remember one thing. And that is the reason that I married her in the first place, and that was to keep her in this country. She divorces me now. They're going to deport her. Next day.
What's taking so long?
Bobbie wants to talk to you about something.
Sure, go ahead.
It can wait.
Okay, let's go.
Are you going to push me?
It will be my pleasure to push you.
I have the limo waiting outside. As a matter of fact, I intend to work from home today.
How's your long list of suspects?
Getting longer by the minute. Holly.
Where are they?
What?
The crib and the baby's toys, they've all gone.
Well, we thought it best not to have that stuff around when you got back.
Who's we?
Bobbie and I.
But the drawers were empty.
Yeah, well, I had a charity organization collect the clothes. I didn't think you'd want these reminders lying around. I hope I did the right thing.
Yes, of course.
Maybe I should have waited.
No, it's okay. I was expecting to see it when I got in, and I had prepared myself, so now I just feel sort of empty.
Look, have some tea. Holly?
I keep wondering what it would have looked like. I mean, what color was his hair? Maybe it was like Luke's. What were his features like? When would he have said his first word and walked? Now, none of that is going to happen. Do you think that a child, a fetus, has emotions or thoughts? I mean, or is it just waiting?
I don't know.
I have this terrible pain. It's not in my stomach. It's in my heart.
Look.
I've lost him all over again.
Yeah.
It's not fair, Ruth.
No. Not at all.
I mean, it was just a child. It was barely even alive. He couldn't have done anything wrong. There was no reason.
Look, there's never a reason for this sort of thing.
Even another accident, like when Luke died. I know there had to be a reason.
Well, if there is, we're never going to know about it, so just best not to think about it.
That's what everyone says. I don't think I can do that.
All right. Look, Holly, in time you'll get over this. I'll be here if you want to talk or if you need me.
No, I think I have to do this on my own. I can't run away from it this time. The pain is there, and I'm going to have to feel it if I'm going to understand it.
Quartermain residence.
This just has to be Stella.
Yes, it is. Who's this?
This is Robert Scorpio.
Oh, Mr. Scorpio. Who did you want to speak with?
As a matter of fact, you.
Me, sir?
I wonder if you could come over to my apartment.
Oh, is this official business?
Oh, a few questions. Just routine.
I see. Well, I am working, and I would have to ask the Quartermains.
I'm sure they'll understand, Stella. Look, I'm going to be here all day, so whenever's convenient.
Well, I'll try to leave right away.
Thank you, Stella.
Who is it?
It's Stella, Commissioner.
Come in, it's unlocked. Well, that was quick.
Oh, I thought I'd better get here as fast as possible.
Hey, come on, let me take your coat.
Oh.
You make this sound like an audit by the IRS, really.
Thank you,
Nothing to
sir.
be nervous about. Perhaps a little bit of tea.
Oh, no, thank you. I'm just fine.
Well, then at least sit down.
Thank you.
Stella, I think you probably know this has something to do with Susan's murder.
Oh, I assumed as much.
Now, we've already discussed the gun in Alan's drawer. I'd like to move on, if possible, to the night of the murder.
Of course.
Now, as I understand, the night in question, was Monica home for that evening
Do you mean at dinner time?
and after?
Oh, she very definitely was home. I recall that she was very tired and she wanted supper in her room.
Wow. Well, you served it, of course.
Oh, of course.
Well, what time was that?
Oh, about 7:30 or 7:45.
7:45. Do you remember what you served her?
Oh, yes, sir. Her favorite dinner was lamb chops with mint jelly and succotash. And I did the lamb chops medium rare. That's the way she likes them.
Then she really enjoyed the dinner.
Oh, I guess so. When I went to pick up the tray, it was empty.
Empty? You mean as in nothing on the plate?
Yes, sir. She ate everything.
Stella, you have been very helpful. But now, I want to ask you a few important specifics about that night, all right? I want you to think about the answers very carefully. First, let's discuss these lamb chops.
Are you sure that's all you want to ask me?
Oh, yes, unless you can think of anything else that may pertain to the case.
Oh, no, not offhand.
But if you do, you're going to tell me about it now, aren't you?
Oh, yes, sir. Thank you.
You've been more help to me than you realize.
Oh?
You take care now, Stella.
I will.
Monica Quartermain's office, please. Yes, it's Robert Scorpio. Thank you.
Yes?
Monica, it's Robert Scorpio again.
Yes, I know. They told me at the desk. What can I do for you?
Well, look, if it's not too much trouble, I'd like you to stop by and see me today.
Today?
Well, as soon as possible.
Well, I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Scorpio. I'm tied up in surgery all afternoon.
Well, that's strange. You see, I checked your schedule yesterday, and it was clear for today.
Well, we call them emergencies. In my line of work, we have them quite frequently.
Okay, look, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll check with the nurse at the front desk and see when you will be free.
Well, wait a second.
Yeah, what is it?
Well, this is funny. I spoke too soon. I'm sorry. I was looking at another schedule. As it happens, yes, I am. I'm free this afternoon.
Well, what do you know about that, eh? Well, when can you stop by?
Well, I could leave right away.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. Well, come in. Maybe I can get you some tea. Perhaps coffee,
Now,
maybe
perhaps you can just tell me why you have dragged me away from this hospital.
Well, as you know, I had a little chat with Stella earlier. Basically to sort out her movements on the night in question. Now, she said that she brought you your dinner in your room. Is that correct?
Yes.
What time?
7:30.
That's interesting. She said it was closer to 7:45.
Well, maybe it was. I really wasn't paying much attention.
Lamb chops.
What?
The menu.
Oh, well, yeah. Yes, I had lamb chops. It's one of my favorites.
Yes. That's what Stella said. She said you really enjoyed them.
Yes.
Yeah. Ate them all up, I bet,
Well, yes, probably.
Up to and down to the chop bones.
What?
When Stella picked up your plate, there was nothing on it. Not even the bones. Now, I find that a little bit odd, don't you? Especially when you consider the difficulty in digesting 3 lamb chop bones. You'd have to have the constitution of a great white shark. Wouldn't you, Monica? Monica?
What is the question?
There wasn't one.
Look, I don't know what it is you're after.
Come on, darling, I know you didn't eat those bones. Picked that up right away. But you didn't even eat the meat. You scraped your plate clean in order to make it look as if you'd spent the night in your room.
I did.
I think you went to Susan's.
No, I didn't. Well, I did. Well, I did go to Susan's.
After you'd made a little visit there on your own. You were worried. Oh, you were far more worried than Alan or Edward. You wanted to stop Susan from blackmailing the family, so you decided you'd make one last attempt to talk to her, reason with her. But it didn't work.
I didn't.
So you shot her.
No, I didn't.
Oh, you hated her, darling. You never forgot that she stole Alan from you.
That is not a reason to
You had access to the gun. You lied about your dinner. You lied about your room. You snuck out of the house. You went over to Susan's for a confrontation. She taunted you, and in a moment of rage, you shot her.
I didn't, because
Why didn't you?
I went to the cottage, but I never went in it.
Why? What stopped you?
Because Heather was out there. And I knew that I shouldn't be there. So I turned around and I went back home.
Okay. Tell me what happened. All of it. I want to know everything that happened.
Fine. Fine. I'll just tell you everything.
Better?
Yeah, thank you.
I'm sorry I had to lead you on like that. But if I'm going to get to the truth, I need the complete cooperation of all my witnesses, one way or another.
Well, your assumption was correct. I did. I dispensed with my dinner, the lamb chops, and I did go over to Susan's cottage, but I did not kill her.
To talk?
To plead, really. Woman to woman. You see, I love Lila. In fact, I think maybe I'm more fond of her than anybody in the whole family. I don't want to see anything destroy her.
So, you went to Susan's to plead?
Well, yes. I mean, that's what I hoped I would do.
And I don't imagine she was too receptive.
Well, I don't know.
Well, what do you mean you don't know?
Well, no, I never got inside. I parked my car a ways away from the cottage, and I walked toward the house.
Then what?
I saw Heather at the door, so I hid behind the bushes. Heather walked into the house and closed the door behind her. At that point, I left. I didn't go back to the cottage until I went back later with Alan and Edward. Susan was already dead.
Interesting.
You don't believe me?
Heather tells a rather different story.
Well, then Heather is lying.
She claims that she was already inside the closet and that you didn't know that she was there.
Well, that's ridiculous.
She was in the closet, Monica.
What closet?
The closet. The one you pass leading from Susan's bedroom.
I told you I never went in the house.
She saw you, Monica. Heather was in that closet and she saw you go running past a minute after Susan was shot.